I am here to teach you moral science, and the chapter for today is chapter 2, and the name of the chapter is Firm Determination. Dear students, when we read the name of chapter, what comes to our mind first? The two words, that is firm and determination. Firm means something which is very strong. Determination means firmness of purpose or a very strong passion to achieve something. That is what is known as determination. So today's chapter will revolve all around determining something. Dear students, before beginning the chapter, I would like to give you some vocab, some difficult words which are there in the chapter, which would make it easy to understand the chapter. So the first word is paralysis. Paralysis, some of you might have heard, it is a disease in which a person is unable to move either partially or his complete body altogether. That is known as paralysis. The next word is unconscious. Unconscious means when a person is not awake and aware of and responding to one's environment, where a person is unable to gain his senses. That is known as unconsciousness. The third word is determination, which is the name of the chapter. I already explained to you, determination means the firmness of purpose, how strong are we in our purpose to do something. The fourth word, students, is leap. Leap means jump a long way, to move a long way. That is known as leap, to take a leap. We will come across these words once we go through the summary of the chapter. So dear students, today's chapter is about a person who was from Tamil Nadu, and he lived in Aikudi, Tamil Nadu. He was very passionate, as we did, firm determination. He also had a firm determination to achieve something. And what did he want to achieve? He wanted to join army, and he was ready to do anything and everything to achieve his purpose of joining army. And for that, he prepared a lot. He passed the entrance examination, and today it was the day when his dream was about to come true. Students, just imagine you are longing to achieve something. Suppose in your examination, and you're waiting for your result, and when the day of the result comes, and it is a day when you're going to achieve something, what kind of excitement do we feel inside? Similarly, this person whose name was Ramakrishnan was very happy and excited as he was going for his entrance. So his written entrance was already over. Now he had to give a physical endurance test. Now dear students, as we all know, army personnel require physical endurance because their job demands physical abilities. We all know they have to do a lot of physical activities to perform their job. So because of this fact, it is required before joining army that people give physical endurance test. Now Ramakrishnan was very happy, very excited, and he went for this physical endurance test. While he was giving the test, he passed first few rounds very passionately and very well. He did very well. He was very happy that he was going well. He was proceeding well. And dear students, then came the next round where he had to jump from a high platform to another platform. It was around 20 feet high. The platform was 20 feet high. So Ramakrishnan jumped from that platform. While he jumped, he landed, instead of landing on the platform, he landed in between two platforms. And that is where an accident happened. And this accident changed Ramakrishnan's life forever. What could have happened? He met with an accident, and when he gained his conscience, he found out that he was in army hospital. He opened his eyes, he could see everything, he could hear a lot of people talking around him, but to his sadness, he could not move any part of his body. And this was a turning point in his life. Dear students, you can very well imagine if something like that happens with any of us, what would be our thoughts? We would be very frightened. We would be filled with anxiety. What am I going to do next? What will I do now? How will I manage whole life? On whom will I depend for the entire life? He was a young person. He had a lot of life remaining, a lot of years of his life remaining. What would have he done? It was a very sad point of his life. But while lying down on his bed in hospital, he asked his doctor. The doctor's name was Dr. Amar Singh. He asked, "Doctor, what am I going to do next? How will I manage my entire life?" And the students, this doctor proved to be a light in Ramakrishnan's dark life. We too may prove to be a light in people's life. Dear students, you might have met with a lot of people who are suffering from various disabilities, from various sickness, from various limitations in life, various difficulties in life. We might be meeting them day to day. But are we really acting as a light in their dark life? Or are we mocking their lives? Please give a thought to this. Are we mocking them that they cannot walk properly or they cannot talk properly? Hardly can we imagine how that person feels when we mock them. So dear students, here this doctor proved to be an encouraging person in Ramakrishnan's life, to be a shining light in the dark life of Ramakrishnan. And what did the doctor say? The doctor said, "Ramakrishnan, don't worry. You will survive while serving other people." Now if you think, how can a person who himself cannot walk at all can serve others? A person who cannot walk or who cannot feel many things due to paralysis, how can he be helping others? How can he be serving others? If we get a fever, if we meet with some accident, what do? We depend on our parents, we depend on our relatives. So how can we help others when we are already suffering from paralysis? But still, Ramakrishnan took this advice as a turning point for his life. Ramakrishnan gave a thought to this. He spent the remaining days in the hospital making a firm determination on how he can serve others. And by the time he was discharged from the hospital, he had a very firm determination that he will spend the rest of his life serving other people. And how did he serve other people? He went out from the hospital and he set up an ashram which is known as Amar Seva Sangam. Amar, as we all know, was the name of the doctor who inspired Ramakrishnan. So he named this ashram with the name of a doctor who was a shining light in his life. Dear students, this Amar Seva Sangam was started in a small hut with a very few children, disabled children. And what Ramakrishnan did, he supported these children with all kinds of basic necessities of life and with support for their health, for support for their basic necessities. But today, if you will search about it, you will find that Amar Seva Sangh has grown a lot. Now, not only children from his own village, from Ramakrishnan's own village, but from nearby areas also come to Amar Seva Sangam to take the services. They stay there, and not only are their basic necessities fulfilled, but their educational needs are also fulfilled. They are given free education, and that is how Ramakrishna turned out to be a light for a number of people who were in darkness. Dear students, this chapter, this story turns out to be very motivating to all of us. Please give a thought to it. Are we doing the same in our lives? When we meet with certain accidents or certain problems, are we ready to still work for others, or are we only thinking about ourselves? Some people even go in depression. They think there is no one to help me, there is no one on whom I can depend. But what Ramakrishnan did he depend on others? No. Instead of depending on others, he gave support to a number of people. And he came out with a lot of inspiration for all of us. We who are completely alright, we are fit in our body. Can we do something in our life in this manner? Are we not able to do certain, we may not be able to do great things, dear students, but little things every day. There's a saying which says, never stop doing little things for anyone, because those little things may change their lives. So dear students, we should never stop serving others. We are little children, you are only in 6th standard, you may not do great things, but yes, you can help in little ways that you can and turn out to be an inspiration for others. So with this, we come to an end to today's story. I hope that this story has left you with a lot of motivation for others, a lot of motivation to do something in life, a lot of motivation to have a firm determination in life. We'll come again, dear students, with another story which will teach us some more moral values. Until then, have a nice time. Be safe. Thank you.